everyone, I'm Kat with Artisan Designs by Kat. I'm stepping away from the soap pot for just a little while, and it's probably 2:30 in the morning, which is my normal haunting time, and I'm standing in front of my wooden lathe. I have started taking up wood turning, turned my first bowl, yay, made a pencil pot that tried to kill me and a bowl that tried to kill me. Anyway, I'm not going to be doing anything on the lathe tonight. I'm going to actually be making a support spindle and a drop spindle. I'm going to be making it out of 1/8" bar that I got at Lowe's and Home Depot. You might be able to find it other places. I'm using a drawer pull, and one of my other hobbies I started is making just basic jewelry. And so I use the wire, I believe it's 18 gauge wire, to make the hook for the top, and then I'm going to cut the metal rod in pieces, and then I'm going to epoxy it in with some Gorilla Epoxy Clear. And I found that if I put the epoxy around the sharp edges of all of the wire where the hook is, around the top, that it doesn't catch on any wool. As you can probably see behind me, I have a wonderful walking wheel that I'm working on and that I've actually made yarn on. I have silk that I spin. I also put silk in my soap. I'm going to make a drop spindle bowl on my lathe. It all kinds of works together. Soap, because I'm going to need to be cleaned up once I get done with the lathe. What I'm going to be doing though is I'm going to be cutting the wire in increments of about 10 inches. I find that that's a comfortable length. I love to use a support spindle whenever we're on a trip. My husband's driving and he likes to drive a lot, and so I kind of have the original fidget toy, and so I'm usually doing spindling or knitting, or I'm on Facebook or something while we're driving. And you know, once again, it's 2:30 in the morning, so I'm trying not to make loud noise with my Dremel-like tool as I'm cutting and wake up my husband and all the other neighbors. It's pretty quiet here in the garage. He can't hear it in the bedroom. So anyway, let's just see what happens. I've got my eye protection on, and this is what the first support spindle is going to look like. And so this is kind of where we're going to end up. And I'll show a closer up picture of it here in a bit. I'm going to be using my Wind rotary tool. You can tell I've used it a little bit. And I'm going to measure out approximately what the support spindle was. Let's get started. I don't have very many electrical outlets, so I have to work with what I have to work with. It's going to get loud for a moment. Setting. I don't want to slip and harm myself in any way. Okay, so now we have, well, I have to hang this right here. We have 3 metal pieces of the 1/8 inch metal rod in different lengths. I'm going to file down the ends so that they're sort of straight. I'm going to not bore you with that, but I'm going to use the Dremel tool as well with the little head that does the grinding. Or I can put it on my grinding wheel, which that's probably what I'm going to do because I have a grinding wheel to sharpen my tools with. But anyway, you can use this with the grinding tool that came with it just to file down the edges and make them as straight across as you can. Okay, we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, this is going to be a little wiggly, but I'm just going to show you. I have my 3 metal rods I cut. The pink and the blue right beside it are my spindles that I use. There are a couple of drawer pulls. See if I can get a close-up of them. Okay. See how pretty? You want to make sure it has the hole in the middle so we can put the 1/8 inch metal rod. I'm also going to use this drawer pull, and once again it has the hole in it. I don't know if you can see it on here. I thought it was pretty. It's going to be the drop spindle. This one's the support spindle, and I'm also going to make a little bitty spindle to do a little lace weight yarn as well, and it's just a little bead, and it has a big enough hole in it to put the rod in. And that's all blurry, and I don't know how to make it any better for you. Let's see. It has little purple flowers. Anyway, you'll get the idea of it, I guess. Someday I'll learn how to film a little bit better. My little jewelry tools that I have. The epoxy glue, Gorilla Glue. And I think I said 18 gauge. I believe it's actually 16 gauge wire. And then I have my paintbrush that I'm going to be using to put the epoxy on because I don't want to paint my fingers together with the epoxy. That'll be kind of hard to work and take care of people tomorrow night. Anyway, that's about it of the intros. Okay, let's get started now. First, I'm going to take my clear epoxy. I'm going to put it in onto a plastic bag. I have a cat playing with my foot right now. Mix them together. I just don't want it getting on my counter or me, so I put it on the plastic bag and I can just throw it away whenever I'm done. So now I'm mixing the two sides together. I've got a little bit of work time now. It's starting to get a little thick. I'm going to start with this one. And so we're going to have this drop, this drawer pull, and I'm just going to roll this in there and stick it in. Just like that. My scaredy cat is wanting to go outside and he cannot do that. Okay, and I'm just going to epoxy around this so that there won't be anything to catch. And if you don't want to hook, guess what? That's all there is. Drop spindle. But I need a hook. I'm going to put this on the other side and let it sit while I'm doing the other ones. Now I'm going to make this beautiful little drawer pull that I think I spent maybe $3 or $4 on. And the entire wire that I used was probably $2 or so. Once again, I'm just rolling the epoxy onto the wire or onto the metal bar that I cut and then ground down You can use, like I said, a Dremel type tool, or you can use, like I have a bench grinder. I got it for Christmas, and I think it's a 6-inch bench grinder, somewhere around $40, I think. I tried not to be too extravagant in my Christmas wishes. I got the helmet from my daughter for a Christmas gift, and I think that it was probably somewhere around $14 or $15. I'm not really sure. Setting this on the side, kind of putting it against something with a plate on the bottom so that it doesn't fall. And now for the little bitty spindle. As you can tell, whenever I'm not filming, this takes all of just a couple minutes to make. It's going to be very touchy whether I get it on me on this one or not, but it's so cute, and it makes the tiniest of little yarns. I hope that you're getting this and it's not all blurry, but it's such a pretty little spindle. And I just want to share how to make these because there's no reason why we as women can't do these little crafts. Don't be afraid of power tools. Although I haven't really mastered a saw, so I'm kind of nervous about that, but I'll get there. Okay, now I'm going to start getting my wire ready. I use my little wire cutting tool, and I cut it into 3. I'm going to start with the first one that I made. Just going to wrap it around. Clip this wire and clip this. Well, clip it a little closer. There we go. Of course, I always get these little nibs of wire thrown away pretty quick because I don't want kitties to get a hold of it. I get the hook the way I want it. Little hook and then I'm going to epoxy around it. Take away any sharp edges. Even the hook part. Because we don't want any of this catching on the wool as we spin it. Voila! One spindle down. Time for the next. Propping it up against something so that it can dry. Next piece of wire. Ooh, almost did something there, didn't I? Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping. Now I'm going to shape it into a hook. Gonna cut the wire. Reshape it better. Kind of want to twist it around a little bit more. It's always so fumbling when you're trying to do it in front of an audience instead of just... There we go. Now I'm going to clip this little end. Work a little faster because this is starting to set up. And not get it on myself. Okay, Carmel, stay away from the epoxy, please. If you suddenly crash to the ground, Carmel's trying to get on the counter again. She knows she shouldn't. She knows my hands are full right now. Well, there she is. Down, Carmel. She listens really well. She's a rag doll. She's just very, very curious about everything. Okay, the last little bitty one. Kitty Carmel. Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping. I know that there's probably better ways to do this, but on the cheap. The cool thing is, with just a few dollars, $2.50 for the wire, maybe $3, another, say $7 for the drawer pulls, and I don't know, this bead came in a set of a bunch of them, so epoxy glue was about $5.95. So all in all, you come out pretty cheap. And then there's still enough wire to do another spindle out there in my garage. So, and I have another drawer pull. I probably should have just done it all at once, but since it's getting so late, I figured I'd just do these and just stop there. Trying to get this to where it's a more comfortable hook. Now to cut close. And it's getting too much. I need to hurry up with this. It's going to be a globby mess. Yep, I'm going to have to start all over with a little bit more glue. So my camera decided to stop again. So what I'm doing is I'm just rolling it in this. I don't know why I didn't think to do that before whenever I've made them. And now here we go. We've got 3 different spindles to work with Tour de Fleece. And you say, what is Tour de Fleece? Well, that is a spinning competition that's really just mostly with ourselves. And it's over the whole time that Tour de France goes on. And we have the yellow shirt at the end and challenges as we go. And usually mine is just to challenge myself a little bit every day, doing something I haven't really done before. So now I have 3 more spindles to work with while I'm doing it. And I'll show you my spinning wheel at another time. Thank you everyone, and have fun spinning.